Hi there, welcome to the Gardens and Graveyard channel. My name is Charisma and today we're meeting in the garden and we're going to do a beginning of the month in July garden tour of the front yard. So I wanted to do this a couple days early. You'll see it on this Sunday. It is starting to sprinkle a little bit and it's supposed to rain tonight and most of the day tomorrow. So I wanted to get out here and show you what is going on because we have some really beautiful blooms happening that are going to get damaged in the storm that's coming in. So let me get the camera turned around and we'll check out the front yard. So here we go. Starting at the driveway like we always do. We've got jasmine growing like crazy. It's gonna start blooming any day now. I cannot wait. So the first flowers over here is we have this sweet little rose. It is windy, so I hope the volume or the sound isn't going to be terribly atrocious. We have this table full of plants that I need to get out into the ground. Things are actually blooming up here, so we really need to start addressing this table quickly. Then over on this side, the rose campiums are blooming. These are one of my favorite plants. I just love them so much. They're so beautiful. It's so fun to have in the garden. The privet grove needs to be trimmed yet again. All of the blue star creeper is in bloom, which is so much fun. I will be coming out here in the next day or so and removing all this Pearly Everlasting to give this hosta some room to grow. And look at this. This lemony lace down there wants to grow. It's being covered by all these other plants. So I'm going to be removing those, letting them just be over here. As you can see, the hostas are doing really great. This one got absolutely enormous this year. The forget-me-nots are finally finishing this blue flower over here, but I'm really happy with it because we didn't get any powdery mildew, although I do have some buttercup growing up through there. What is that called? The Elizabeth collar. Oh, I can't remember what that thing's called right now. This is growing really well all over the garden. And then we've got, I'm loving this right now because things are finally starting to really mature. So we've got this huge hosta here, a small hosta here, bleeding hearts here, whatever that plant is that I can't think of. But now we're getting this really dense like carpet of small perennials. We may have to move this hosta just because it's getting a little hidden. I do want to move my pathway just slightly and have it come out a little further away from this rhododendron. So we'll do a little bit of zhuzhing in there pretty soon as things get mature. We have lovey-dovey supertunias in this basket and in this basket. I really love this combo with the Dusty Miller and the lovey-dovey. I think that's really beautiful. And then we have a miniature rose in there. This pot is doing so much better than this one, and this one doesn't have a Dusty Miller. It died. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it gets too much exposure or something. All right, in the rose garden, let's see. Okay, so we have these leeks that are growing. So I like to grow onions and garlic in with my roses, not for me to eat, but for my roses to fight aphids because it smells really strongly. I just want you to see how tall these leeks are. So I'm 5'4". Look at these leeks. It's insane. And they're still so strong. This one is about to start blooming. It's hilarious. Behind the leeks, I've got this climbing rose, which has this deep pink flower on it, and behind that I have catmint blooming. We've got this little rose that was here when we moved in. We moved the rose, but that is an original rose from the property. I love it. It's such a beautiful, sweet baby pink. And then this rose, let's back up so you can see it. This climbing rose is doing just amazing. It's not my favorite because it's a single petal, not double petal, but man, it is just going gangbusters. Look at it, it's so much fun. But you could see what rain does to it. The red dots on there, that's from rain. And so after the rains come tonight, all of those blooms will just be trash. So I wanted you to see what it looks like before I prune them all off. And then this rose I just staked up last night because this one stalk, all of this, there's a dozen buds about ready to pop open. That's gonna be super fun. All right, let's back up over here. We've got lilies coming up, even starting to bud up. These are, I think they're called like Prince of Night or something like that. They're dark purple, almost black. The daylilies have been going pretty well. Of course, I have to come in here, just pop off these old blossoms. That's why they're called daylilies. This one will look like that tomorrow. So if the more you can get after deadheading them, the more blossoms you're going to have. So just come out here like every other day or so, because I'm not out here every single day, but if I can come out, deadhead it. Looks a lot cleaner that way anyways. Same with this daylily. Been blooming for a little while, and that one hasn't bloomed yet. So I don't know. Planted it last year. It takes a little while for it to catch up or what. Then we have this lily about ready to bloom, which is so fun. All right, so I'm just gonna throw that in a pile over there. Our hollyhocks are still hanging in there. They're not blooming yet. We have tons of dahlias come up now, all throughout the garden. Really fun. The gladiolas have just started to break. There's another dahlia. The iberis has gone to seed. I let my iberis go totally to seed, and then I'll shake it and let it spread a little bit because I really want this whole space to be all iberis, kind of like that. The little hedge of iberis or candy tuft. We've got more lilies coming up at the base of this weeping river maple tree. We've got sunflowers blooming. It's so cute. These are the Suncredibles by Proven Winners. Over here, we just recently transplanted this Rose of Sharon. It's looking a little bit like it needs some more water or something. It's a little touch of scorch on the edges of some of the leaves. So we'll be looking at that. But otherwise doing pretty good. It's kept up with the one in the back as far as growth goes. More dahlias coming up in this pot. The bubblegum supertunias are doing good. The sea thrift looks great with it. I love that combo together. The barberry really came back with a vengeance this year. It looks really fantastic. Panning over, we've got blue-eyed grass planted at the base of that container with the saffron finch supertunias. It's a really sweet combo there. And then we'll just keep moving downwards. Across the way, the Veronica has started blooming. I love that plant. It's such a fun, fun structure of a flower. And then over here we've got the Supertunia bubblegums again in these little pots. And the Lithidora has been going for months and months and months. Just loving its life. Out here, okay, so there's more of this. I can't, it's just like totally escaping me what the name of this plant is. Well, anyway, the black-eyed Susan plants have started to come up. This is right here. More of those there. We recently had a bird's nest up in this lemon cypress, and it fell yesterday. Oh, so sad. So there's a little tiny egg in there. I don't know. I don't know what knocked it down or what the deal is, but over here underneath the sumacs, things are growing. But most of everything is done blooming over here. So we had, these guys are all done. I need to come back here and cut them back, and then we had tons of the what do you call this, columbine. They're not dry yet. You'd hear them rattling. Once they start rattling, you can just sort of do this and let them spread around. And then we've got goat's beard that has come up. We've got the variegated one and a regular one, and they've come up and they've got buds on them. Really fun. Let's see. Oh, I guess it's probably been a minute since you've seen this area. All of these Shasta daisies have been blooming for a couple of weeks now. Super fun wildflower look, which I adore. And I'm gonna come up to the estate garden and just check on the annuals. We recently came up here and planted this climbing hydrangea, and then we've got the Supertunia bubblegums and the saffron finch right here. We still need to hook up our irrigation, so we're hand watering those. I think once we've gotten some more heat and the irrigation's hooked up, that's gonna start looking really fantastic. All right, so I'm going to just show you this wall of rhododendrons. We're just gonna go down to the medicine garden and come back up. This big wall of rhododendrons has been blooming for a while. It's this is what the main reason why I wanted to come out here. The blooms are starting to dry up, and so once that happens, you can see not looking so hot anymore. There's still a lot of fresh blooms, you know, around. Here's one. It's beautiful. But after the rains tonight, I'm sure that we're gonna just lose most of those. And then we've got foxgloves growing underneath, and a different color of rhododendrons over on this side. Really, really beautiful. And I don't know if my pink ones are still blooming back here or not. Oh, they are. And you could see pink ones up in there. Super fun. So, always love this time of year when these are just like this solid wall of purple. They've all kind of petered out at this point. down here in the medicine garden, we still have lots of cranesbill geranium blooming, and we have these clematis. Look at this. It's so fluffy and pretty. I need to come out here and deadhead some of these, but really fun. And then we've got the bronze fennel. It's come back for the 3rd year in a row. Looks beautiful. Strawberries are doing really well. Lots and lots of buds. We haven't eaten any yet though. And same with the blueberries. Blueberries have lots and lots of, oh, wonder if I'm gonna have to net this year. I was just here last night. Oh, here we go. Blueberries. Lots of blueberries coming on, coming on. The verbena is starting to bloom. We'll look at that from the porch. Look at that in a minute. And then we've got petunias and salvia in there. Or no, that's holy basil. It's blooming, which I should probably pinch the blooms. Eek. Look at those petunias. They're huge. Beautiful. And oh, and then yellow yarrow is going crazy. And this blueberry has tons of blueberries on it. So things are coming along. Lots of blueberries on this one. And my lavender has come up, and it's got little buds on it, so that's exciting. Right, there's another foxglove. We'll come out through here and see what's on this side. We just came down this way, and so now we're going to turn around and go back up this way. So we have the I keep forgetting the name of this super tunia, but it seems to be really happy in this spot. The pineapple sage has come up. More cranesbill geranium all throughout here. All these purple flowers. Look at that hosta. It looks amazing. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's getting eaten, but it got huge this year. But we've got marshmallow growing right here. Oh, the leaves are so soft. And then we have a bunch of lemon balm, which I need to cut back because it's getting a little tall. We've got the silverberry super tunia, and then we've got the super verbena. I think that's, maybe it's just pink or something, I don't know. And then we've got the super tunia vivid orchid, or maybe that's the vivid orchid. Hoopla. Jeez, I'm terrible at this. I don't know. Okay, then we've got decorative oregano. I just love this plant so much, and it's self-seeded itself outside of this container, or it's like growing from inside. Let's just take out this clover. Growing from inside of this container right there. It's just so crazy. So I'm hoping that it will go to seed, and I can collect the seeds and grow them on purpose somewhere next year. We've got a bunch of snapdragons that came back from last year in bloom right there. And then we've got vermillionaire all in bloom right here. And next to it, our Shasta daisies are just starting to open up. And then we've got this giant Mr. Lincoln. This is aged. Oh, look at how big that is. And it smells, oh, there's a little spider in it. Scared me. Little spider in there. See him? Little white spider. Oh, there's a bunch of little white spiders in there. Oh my goodness. Well, anyway, just leave those alone. I wonder if that's what bit me the other day. I have my whole face buried in that thing yesterday, and I have all these bites on my arm today. Anyway, I'm glad that didn't happen to my face. Sorry, spiders. Okay. Well, let's just go ahead and pop up onto the porch, and we'll see how the baskets are doing. They look really pretty. This is the Supertunia bubblegum, just one single plant in that basket. I love it with the blue-green foliage of the eucalyptus. And then same with that basket down there, one single plant. In these baskets, I have the Super Bells yellow with the Superbena pink cashmere. And this one has the double up pink begonia. And then this one is the same as the first one with the pink cashmere. I just love this combo. It's so sweet. And then this is a super fun pot. We planted up these shamrocks right around St. Patrick's Day, along with this bacopa. And it's just loving living here on the porch. So she gets to stay just like that. I was going to put them out in the landscape, but man, they are just so happy here. I'm just going to leave them alone. Before we leave the porch, I'll just point out from up here the verbena that's starting to bloom. The little purple stalks there. And the smoke bush looks really good this year. It's getting nice and big. And then the last thing I'll point out is I planted this basket of spring flowering bulbs. It had narcissus and tulips, and they are long done. And then it started sending up these things. And I couldn't remember, so I had to go back in the video that we did together to look it up. And they're called Tritilia, I think. And I looked it up, and apparently they'll come up and then their foliage dies, as you can see. You need to just clean all this up. And then they start blooming. So this might be something else. I don't know. Strange, I think. And it's just like these like alien stalks. It's like a little cleaner without the foliage, but I'm looking forward to seeing what they look like when all these buds are open. Because is it more worth it then? Because I'm not loving this look. I'm really glad that and honestly, we just kept overlooking this basket because it's, you know, it's on its last leg. We're gonna throw it away, and we just had other things going on in the garden, so we just left it. I'm glad we did, because we would have tossed them thinking, oh, all the foliage is dead, everything came up. So that was a little surprise. Sometimes worth it to just be lazy in the garden, because you never know what might come up and surprise you. Sometimes it's worth it to just be a little bit lazy and take things slow and allow nature to take her course, because not only does it, you know, sometimes not benefit us to rush around, it certainly doesn't benefit Mother Nature to rush around. She blooms and shows off in her own time, and sometimes we coax her a little bit, but most of the time she just does whatever she wants, which makes me love her all that much more. So yeah, it's always fun to be surprised in the garden like that. I am gonna end the tour now. I hope that you enjoyed it. As a reminder, I live on the Oregon coast in a zone 9A, and we are in a very temperate climate. We're coming to the very, very end of June, and we've had a nice couple of weeks in the 60s. Today it's around 58, and it's not dropping down below 55 at night. And we're gonna have a couple days of rain, and it's gonna go back up to 58, 59 degrees over the weekend. So that'll be really nice. The surrounding areas in the valley, they're experiencing 99-degree weather. So coming out here and having a 30-degree drop is a really nice reprieve for the tourists that come to our town every year. So that's going to do it for today, and I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.